in the Australian side, you've got the likes of Warner, Maxwell, Stark, Smith. So, Mr. Gavaskar's right in a way that you have every team in this World Cup perhaps has 4 or 5 players with that X factor, which makes this World Cup that much more exciting, especially as every team plays every team. In that sense, does this become the most competitive World Cup that we've ever had?
I agree. And I think, the sides you just mentioned then, you look at England too, the firepower, Butler and Stokes, even
Morgan.
Bairstow, Morgan, they've got a lot as well. So Archer, the addition of Archer. So I think Australia, India and England, I'd be pretty disappointed in those 3 teams if they didn't make the playoffs. I think those 3 sides will make the playoffs. And then the other one, New Zealand always go under the radar. The West Indies have hit the ground running with their bowlers. They've got quick bowlers. Pakistan, you never know what they're going to produce. Some days they can be good, some days they're ordinary. But I think the West Indies, I've got a feeling that they do pretty well in these competitions. I think they might slide into that 4th spot and they'll be the 4 sides in the playoffs. And then you need a little bit of luck. You need a bit of injuries. You need someone to have a day out and you can win a World Cup.
That's the one problem with this World Cup format, that you could actually win all the 9 matches in the group, have one bad day in that semi-final and you're out. Should we have changed that World Cup format in the last 4 to what we do in the IPL, where teams 1 and 2 get 2 bites at the cherry? Is that the one mistake that the ICC's made?
Well, that's something that they should be looking at. And particularly if the difference in points between, say, 2 and 3 is, say, X, then I believe that should be taken into account as well. But if the difference in points between, say, team number 2 and team number 3 just 1 or 2, just 1 match, then I'm not too sure. But the broadcasters would love it, of course. There's an extra match you're talking about. You're talking about the top 2.
One extra time, one extra match.
It's worth thinking about, but this is only every 4 years. So there's something pretty special about this is a World Cup and this is what it takes to win. You have to be on your day. You have to be ready. You've made the playoffs, that's the first thing. And once you make the playoffs, today you deliver. And that's why I talk about your big players. Your big players embrace that opportunity. That's a knockout. If you don't play well today, we're out. No matter how well you've played for 6 weeks. So I sort of like the beauty of you've got to perform on that day.
Because I remember that semi-final that you were talking about against South Africa, 1999. The South Africans were cantering with the match. And then Steve Waugh brings you out. You take 2 wickets and you transform the match. It is, again, what you said about soaking in the pressure, presumably, that did you really sort of thrive under the fact that you were playing a semi-final or a final? Give me the ball.
Yes. I embrace it. I want the ball in my hand in those big moments. I'm sure Sonny wants to be batting at those big moments. The players in your side, you've got to want that. If you fear that and you're scared in the field, don't hit the ball to me or don't throw me the ball, you're not going to perform well. And the Virat Kohlis and Bumrah will be standing at the top of the mark and say, I don't care how many they need to win off the last over. If it's 3, I'll do the job. That's why he's the best in the world. And that's why Virat Kohli, you see just the way he walks out to bat. Everyone fears what he could do. He's made something like 23 or 24 hundreds chasing. I mean, I think the next best is Viv Richards with 8 or 9. It is unbelievable what Virat's done. So those sort of players will say, semi-final, I don't care if it's do or die on the semi-final, bring it on.
We keep mentioning Virat Kohli. This is the Virat Kohli generation. What has Virat Kohli done for Indian cricket? I was the Sunil Gavaskar generation. We venerated you. We looked at you as the role model of how to bat. 6 hours, wear them down. Virat Kohli seems to have taken the game to another level. What's he done? Is it fitness, what Shane spoke of, or is there something more to this Virat Kohli phenomenon?
I think it's fitness is a very integral part of your success. And the way he's changed his lifestyle to be what he is today, I mean, that just tells you that the example that he's setting to the others. And also, I think that belief that he has, very seldom do you see that super self-belief that Virat has in other players. There's always this little bit of diffidence about certain players, even though they are great players, performing well. There's just that little bit of diffidence. But with Virat, there is no diffidence. There is that confidence, sometimes bordering on arrogance. But that's what you need when you go out to play against the best bowlers in the world. When you walk out to bat, I mean, how many people have you seen walk out to bat with the swagger? Viv used to do that. Viv was, like a casual swagger, like he was going, for a walk in the park. He would be going like this,
With the gum. With the gum, we'll get him.
Yeah, he would go like that, you know. It was as if-
Remember, he's coming today.
and then
Remember, he's going to be here today. He's going to
Yes.
remember this. And he's got the gum, with the gum, chewing the gum all the
yeah,
time.
and then of course, you know, the handle of the bat, he would, you know, where the grip was coming, he would always try and put it down.
That's right.
And then look at the bowler, you know, through the corner of the eye. Never directly look at the, you know, corner. I mean, what would the bowler be thinking? Hello, what am I going to bowl to him? Same thing. Same thing with Virat. The way Virat walks out to bat, a batsman could be out, the opening batsman could be out first ball. But look at the way Virat's literally running to the crease, saying, come on.
Bring it on.
You've got somebody out first ball, I'm there, come on. Now, that is the kind of confidence that is brought into this Indian team.
The greatest Indian one-day batsman ever, in your view, Virat Kohli? Is that argument settled?
Now, like Wani said, I'm not going to go into different eras. Every era has a champion. And
Come on, SMG.
Virat is the champion of this. Oh, well, this is a ball that you bowl around the off stump and I'm leaving it alone.
Ah, I knew it.